have to go with the audio only, and maybe I can switch to charts when ready.
Well, I made you the host. See if you can share your screen.
What's that?
I said I made you a host, a co-host, so see if you can share your screen.
Where's the co-host? Yeah, okay, hang on.
Right on, right on. Yeah, that's working. Talk to me.
I'm here. All righty.
We got Mike in the room too. Welcome, Mike.
What's going on, Bobby? Outside of the rain.
All right, since I know you can share your screen, pull back out, because I just want to cover a couple of things that I noticed here today.
Okay.
A couple of them got my blood boiling, and we know how we like to get my blood boiling. This is from CoinDesk, and there's a headline in an article, Matt, right?
Yep.
And so usually when there's a headline in an article, you expect the article to go into detail to explain the headline. And the headline is Bank of England official balks at shielding banks against digital currencies. Fine, sounds like an interesting article. We just talked about this, how the players in this space are going to defend their turf, we would have thought, right?
Right.
And then this is the article from Danny Nelson. Same headline, and then two quotes. Our job is not to protect bank business models, and the Bank of England is among many central banks currently studying digital currencies. That's the article. I mean, I'm at a loss for words, Matt.
Well, it's again, there's an ulterior motive around that, right? Then they can point back to these articles that were written about digital and how we weren't going to protect the banks when we take them away from them. I mean, that's what it. I mean, this is how you read. This is how you should read, Bob. A little bit more critical, but instead of judging the 3 paragraphs in there that tell you nothing. It's a warning sign. It is a clear and present warning sign. And
wait a second. Wait a second. So. Yes. The way I read this and what I've heard out of the Fed is that we can have multiple forms of money in a free society. We basically always have, and different than the Chinese model. But for me, it's like I'm expecting an article. I'm expecting to read some digging and some maybe opinion, maybe not. I don't know. I see an incredible lack of exceptionalism, especially in reporting, where it's all opinion and
it's all headlines. Yeah,
it's all headlines. In fact, now this is just shit. Look at the bottom of that. It says, "Subscribe to Blockchain Bites, our daily update with the latest stories, i.e., headlines."
There you go. There you go.
I don't know, Matt. It gets me going.
The bait and click model is here to stay, Bobby, and the silo model is here to stay. Whatever triggers you, and you get triggered by it, so they're going to keep sending you more of those.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. I was intrigued by the article because we've been talking about this. Like, what is going to happen in this digital space?
Well, I told you how I read I mean, that's.
So you think that they're not going to protect the banks, but they're going to come up with a digital pound?
Of course, it's basically saying all your digital currencies, they're ours.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry.
Back to exceptionalism, Matt, because I know what it looks like.
Yep.
And I saw this to remind me of what it looks like. I know you're a baseball fan. Greg Maddux, how the Cubs let him go is just still something that gets under my skin all these years later.
Yeah.
But this graphic is so unbelievable, right? Yeah. 2,421 batters faced, 133 saw a 3-0 count. I can't even wrap my head around that.
It's astounding because, I probably faced 421 batters in my life, and most of them went to 3-0.
All right, and last but not least, whatever happens in the political environment.
Oh, by the way, let's talk a little bit more about Greg Maddux and who else was on that pitching staff. Don't forget Steve Avery and Smoltz, both. Here's my 2 cents on this. Both, by the way, I played against in high school. Okay.
Come on.
And Steve Avery was like 13 when I was 19, and I batted against him. and he was unbelievable, Steve Avery. And he, I think he might have won a Cy Young one or two of those years too. And Smoltz obviously is Cy Young worthy. So you had three Cy Young pitchers on that team, and Smoltz and Avery were both from Michigan. Smoltz was from Lansing area, and Avery was from downriver, south of Detroit, not in Canada, but he was born and raised in South Detroit. So, we can talk about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Born and raised in South Detroit. I thought that's Canada, isn't it?
Yeah, it is in most cases. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. And back to the political sphere. No matter what happens, and in our talk yesterday, the day before, we were talking about how we need to bring comedy back.
Yes.
Like, there's been a shortage of comedy,
Yes.
right? For sure, we're going to have fun with a Biden presidency with the comedy, and this one got me great. The new way to play Powerball. You just change the numbers to the winner. Everybody's a winner.
I love it. Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody gets their paychecks from the government, 80% of your old income, and you can stay at home and watch Netflix and change your Powerball numbers, and maybe you'll win too.
I got to tell you, if this pans out for him and then he brings in the medical crew that he's talking about, and they want to impose a 4 to 6 week lockdown, I'm telling you, man, everybody's already batshit crazy right now.
Yeah.
I don't see how that works out well.
Right. It doesn't work out well. Well, they've already canceled Christmas and Thanksgiving. So next will be, Boxing Day on Canada. They'll close that. And New Year's, bowl games are going to be canceled because everybody's got COVID. At least that's what they're going to tell us. How about more importantly, did you see the tweet from Elon last night?
Elon's got COVID, right? That's all I saw.
No, but did you read it?
No, I did not read it.
Did you read what he tweeted?
No, I did not. I did not see it.
All right. Well, it was pretty interesting.
You going to enlighten us, or I got to go find it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it myself. But it said something. Here's what I'm going to quote Elon Musk, at Elon Musk. Something extremely bogus is going on. Was tested for COVID 4 times today, and this was last night. 2 tests came back negative. 2 came back positive. Same machine, same test, same nurse. Rapid antigen test from BD. This is the problem right here. Half the tests that this country is saying, relying upon are false positives. Half of them are false negatives, baby. This is where we are. The tests don't even work. So how the heck can you tell me that we have all these things going on, all these cases, if you can't even test properly? And then you hear the Democrats say, well, that's because the government, Trump, issued these tests. I'm like, the government has nothing to do. These are all private companies. So,
right.
So you want to complain to BD, like Elon Musk is, and you got bogus testing going on, and this is going to continue. Half these numbers aren't even real. So it kind of goes back.
The only number that makes sense is, or matters as far as I'm concerned, the only one that matters is the hospitalizations in the ICU.
Right.
I mean, that's the only thing that matters in it.
Well,
Here's another tweet I was going to bring up, but I didn't, and I love this one because we made this reference the other day about the last time Bitcoin was at 18,000, Ether was at 1,200, therefore it should be that way. And this was a great one, and it's about the Masters. I know we're excited to watch some golf, but it's Jack Nicklaus won his 6th Masters in 1986, 23 years after his first. He was ranked 33rd in the world going into that week. If Tiger wins, it will be his 6th Masters, 23 years after his first, and he is currently ranked 33 in the world. Like, that means Tiger should win. I mean, so many times in trading.
Yeah, but that's perfect for the bookmakers. That's the type of shit they love to put out there because somebody goes, "Oh, did you hear that? I'm betting on Tiger now." Okay,
exactly.
That makes
it
no
has
sense.
to be. It's a cause and effect.
We had 79 Reds in a row. I'm going to bet black. It's got to be. Okay.
Right on. All right, bring up the chart. Let's talk a little price discovery quickly.
Well, let's talk a little price discovery quickly. Absolutely. But before that, we got to get a little update here, Bobby. And Bubba Watson,
Oh, I
that
love
little
it.
birdie. But I'm gonna get the leaderboard here real quick, and we've got Dustin Johnson and this young Korean stud now is -8. By the way, wow.
So I'm second?
Yeah, he's second. These guys are tied for first. I've never even look at these names.
That is such a layup.
I
I've
have never even heard of these names. Answer, Fratelli, Willett, August, and the amateur is -6. This is going to be a freaking great finish. Woo!
Yeah, I'm excited too.
I mean, look at that top 10. Koepka -3 today.
Mostly because I'm second. You know, that's what really gets me going.
I'm second, yes. But I'm
second.
I'm first because I'm is first.
Oh my God, that is
All right. So price
classic.
discovery. What do you want to take a peek at today?
I wanted to look.
It's a really quiet market out there today, folks. This is what I tell people. I typically don't like to trade Monday mornings, Friday afternoons. So guess where we are? Friday afternoons, and there's no news flow. We're done. The market's done. So we're in this bracket, and the S&Ps are just chopping around 32 or 35.20 to 30, or excuse me, 35.50 to 35.70. That's been our range today. And since overnight, and you can see it right in here, just been chopping.
Right on.
2 days.
And that's going back.
This is 3 days in a row. So we're just, we're done. Now, if they get above here, they may be able to squeeze them one more time into the end of the day, but we're not going to 36.70. So get that thought out of your mind. We may see, we could see 3,600 if they decide to get some juice and squeeze shorts one more time. That wouldn't surprise me. That's kind of what they like to do in the futures markets. By the way, the futures markets are different than stock market. And by all means, you need to understand the mechanics of all these markets, Bob. And we should talk about that a little bit. Because that's really what I'm suggesting. There's good times to trade and there's bad times to trade. I don't like to trade the last 15 minutes of any day. I don't like to trade the first 15 of any day when it comes to futures. And I don't like to trade usually the bookends, the opening and the closing of the week, unless it's significantly, diverging from where it should be, if you will.
And do you say that because of your experience of P&L, that it's just harder to quantify direction?
Yeah, you just see more random leveling of books by big players that tend to, unfortunately sweeps the market up or down. And it's usually, it's a fake little move. And if that happens, you usually can fade it and go the other way the next day if there's no news. But right now we're just, again, I've learned, yes, you should look at what days you're most profitable. For me, it's always been Tuesday through Thursday, because you kind of get out those action junkies that are around Monday mornings and Friday afternoons that aren't typically in markets, right? They're people that are, think they're traders and they're going to stay home from work Monday morning or Friday afternoon, and they're going to be trading. Well, those aren't great times to trade. So go back to your job, do your real job.
Back to what you just said, incredibly important. I could name at least a dozen stories of traders that when they finally figured that out, when they actually finally started putting down, back to the Greg Maddox thing, some real stats on where am I profitably trading and where am I consistently not profitably trading?
Right.
Is it a particular part of the day? Is it a particular day of the week? Is it a particular week of the month? Start tracking that kind of stuff and be your own biggest critic to that performance, because that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. I mean, we're all here trading this stuff, not because it's our altruistic thing to do. We're here to make money. I
don't trade to trade. I trade because it's my job. That's it.
Exactly.
It's nothing more. Real quick, Zoom yesterday completed this leg bounce back to the top of the meat, the bottom meat here of the primary lows on Zoom. So we went from 364 all the way up here to, let's call it 435. And today, guess what? We're back off right to the top. Again, if you're watching these charts, it's not that hard to pick the areas that have low risk sales. Here's one.
Right on.
Here's one, and here's one. There's three. So if you ever want to layer into a position, you sold, a little bit yesterday, you sell if it gets back up here, you sell if it gets back here. Until that changes, that's where the chart is. It just came 435 right back here to 400. I mean, folks, that's a $30 swing. That's a nice trade.
Right. Couldn't fill the hole.
And that's an 8% move back down. So again, trade what is moving, trade what is volatile, use the longer term charts to significantly impact and help your entrances. Don't just look at a 5-minute chart. This is a multiple, this is a multiple month chart. This is almost a 3-month chart. Great. That is strong. That is a strong sell there yesterday.
Right on. And the Davio script here on TradingView, by far the best market profile script I've ever worked with in my life, for sure. On the daily sheet, we grabbed just that value range from the previous trade day in 50 plus commodity spreads. But this script, available to you if you join one of our private groups, incredibly powerful for diagnosing the vitals.
Yep. Absolutely. It's a great script. And we do offer it to anybody that joins on our private feeds here. Let's see. On the upside, again, not a lot really going on. We kind of had this gap in the SPOOs, and we're just kind of, as I said, hanging around there. So I don't really want to beat a dead horse there. Google's up another $25, by the way, which, again, nothing new. There's no new price discovery hanging at the top of that kind of stretch in the value zone. Pivot is still way back here at 1634. So, again, not where I want to be buying here. Maybe you want to sell today, and you'll get a pullback Monday.
Well,
go ahead.
In a fundamentally.
Oh, and then I have one more I wanted to show. Fiverr has had some violent moves down 190, went from 190 down to 128. And guess what? Right back to this 175. I'm short this, by the way. I like this. I shorted it at 175 earlier. It was a level I was looking for. We're at 175. So I think we will pull back here after, again, a 70, this is a $70 move down and then a, $50 move up already. That's one insane looking crazy Super Bowl bounce is what that is.
Right on.
Can't be sustained.
I was just thinking on the fundamental side of any of these tech stocks, seemingly a better environment with a Biden administration than a Trump administration.
Well, tech stocks, maybe. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But I again, the high's in for the year, the high's in for the next 6 months. That's my call.
I love it, man. I love a guy that's willing to say it, and he's trading it. The high's in for the year.
Yeah. Well, I'm wrong.
All right, Matt, the weekend. Unreal that we get a Masters weekend in November, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and again, the players they're showing up are just a ton of no names, and the big names haven't even teed off yet. So this is going to be an exciting, I think, just a horse race is what it's going to be. I mean, if I look at the leader at -8, you go to the players that are under par, and we haven't even really begun with the leaders. You have 40 players, Bobby, that are under par at Augusta going into round 2 or in some level of round 2, which is unbelievable. That's some strong – the course is beautiful today. Have you seen it?
I have not looked today, no.
It's gorgeous. It's actually no cloud day. I mean, absolutely amazing out there. Absolutely.
All right, Matt. Well, listen, you have a great weekend. We will be back Monday.
Okay.
For another segment. And until then, thanks for watching.
Sorry
Please visit marketvitals.io.
Yep.
Join one of our private groups to take advantage of all of the scripts that we use to trade. And I will see you on the flip side.
And Jim Nance on Sunday.
For Cam Smith.
Right on, pal. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Peace.